close your eyes, and let the sound of the rain begin to whisper all around you, far away. In a place where the sky meets the earth in the silence of night. There is a hill wrapped in mist. Rain is falling, gentle, steady, like silver threads weaving across the sky. Along the winding path that climbs toward the top. The stones glisten under the lantern light. Each step you take stirs up tiny ripples of water. Circles that vanish as quickly as they appear. As if the earth itself is breathing with the rain. In the distance, a vast silhouette emerges. The rainy castle. Its towers rise high into the clouds. Its ancient stone walls cloaked in moss. And its windows glow softly like eyes shining in the dark. The castle stands still, eternal and waiting. As if it has been expecting you for hundreds of years. No noise disturbs the night, only the rhythm of raindrops. Endless and soothing. Like an old song of the sky. Now and then, the wind carries the scent of damp earth, wildflowers, and aged wood. The air is thick with silence. And within that silence you realize, this place is not strange at all. The rainy castle has always existed within your dreams. Tonight, at last, you have found the way inside. Before you rises a great iron gate. Raindrops cling to its surface, scattering the lantern light into countless sparkling fragments. Each drop that falls sounds like a bell chime, soft and resonant, echoing into the emptiness. And then, a deeper sound rises, the toll of the castle's bell. Slowly, one strike after another, each note a solemn welcome, inviting you to step closer. You rest your hand upon the cold iron, yet it does not sting with chill. Instead, it feels as though an invisible hand is holding yours with gentle warmth. Gradually, the gate begins to open. The creak of its hinges blends with the falling rain. Like the voice of the world itself unveiling a hidden secret. Beyond the gate lies a long corridor, glowing with the soft light of countless candles. The golden flames sway, painting the stone walls in warm shadows, while raindrops sliding down the windows turn into tiny living crystals. The corridor stretches far ahead, and with each step you take, your footsteps become part of the music of the rain. And then, a tender voice seems to rise from the very stones of the castle itself. Welcome, guest of the rainy night. Welcome to the house of dreams, where you may set down every burden, and drift with the rhythm of the falling rain. Here, you will be cradled by the echoes of time, by the breath of memories, and by the embrace of peace. You exhale softly, letting your breath blend with the rain. Your steps slow, but your heart feels open. From this moment on, you are no longer a stranger, you are part of the rainy castle. Let the raindrops draw your path. Let the glow of these candles guide you deeper into the dream, and believe, with quiet certainty, that what lies ahead is a journey long and mysterious, gentle as sleep itself. Tonight, the rainy castle opens its doors, just for you. The gate slowly closes behind you, and once again you are surrounded by the rhythm of the rain. Before you stretches a narrow cobblestone path, glistening like polished glass beneath the silver light of the storm. Each stone, darkened by the rain, reflects the soft flicker of distant lanterns, so that the ground itself seems alive, shimmering, shifting, welcoming. You take a slow step forward. The sound of your footfall blends with the music of the falling rain. A low and steady harmony, as if the castle itself is breathing with you. Every droplet that lands near your feet creates tiny circles in the puddles. Circles that widen, merge, and disappear, leaving behind a calm surface once more. The air is thick with the scent of rain-soaked earth. The fragrance of wild ivy drifts from the walls, mingling with the sweetness of damp roses hidden in the garden nearby. And above all, there is the gentle hum of the rain itself. Endless, unbroken, soft like a lullaby whispered directly into your soul. The cobblestone path twists and winds gently, as though it wishes to slow you down, to remind you that here, there is no need to hurry. Every step is part of the journey. Every breath is part of the story. You are not rushing to arrive, you are already where you are meant to be. At times, the path narrows, lined by old stone walls covered in moss. The water runs down them in silver threads, forming patterns like ancient calligraphy. At other times, the path widens, opening to glimpses of small courtyards where the rain gathers into secret pools, each one shimmering like a mirror of the sky. Far above, lightning flickers faintly behind the clouds, but it does not frighten you. Here, in this hidden place, the storm is not a threat, it is a companion. The thunder is distant, softened, like the deep voice of an old friend calling across the hills. As you walk, you notice lanterns placed along the path. Their flames sway gently, untouched by the rain, glowing with a warm, golden light. The lanterns seem to guide you, each one a silent promise that you are on the right road. You realize that this castle has long been waiting for you. Every stone, every flame, every raindrop feels arranged in your honor. Your footsteps echo faintly, yet each echo is quickly carried away by the rain, softened until it vanishes into the night. There is no need for words here. The rain is speaking for you, and for the castle, telling the story in its endless, rhythmic voice. At last, the path curves toward a great archway of stone. The arch is covered in vines, dripping with rain, their leaves glistening as though scattered with stars. Beyond it, a new corridor waits, darker and deeper, filled with secrets that call to you softly. You pause for a moment beneath the arch. The rain continues its song, surrounding you, embracing you. You breathe in deeply, and feel the night air flow through you, calming your mind, steadying your heart. This is only the beginning. The castle has many rooms, many dreams, many whispers waiting for you. But for now, here, on the cobblestone path beneath the rain, you are safe. You are at home. You pause beneath the dripping archway. The rain outside continues its eternal song. But within you, a new stillness is growing. Before you stands the door, tall, immense, carved from ancient oak darkened by centuries of storms. Its surface glows faintly beneath the lantern light, as though it holds a memory of every season, every whisper, Every dream that has ever brushed against its wood, you draw closer. And the air thickens. The scent of wet stone, of ivy, and of rain-polished iron wraps around you like a cloak. Above, the vines tremble, and droplets fall one by one, tracing silver paths down the carvings. Each carving seems to breathe. A spiral etched into the grain flickers as though alive. A curling leaf shimmers with the soul of a forgotten garden, and the image of a bird, wings outstretched, glimmers faintly. As if about to take flight, you lift your hand. For a moment, you hesitate, yet the hesitation is met with a pulse of warmth, a vibration within the wood itself, as if the door were reaching out to meet you. Your fingertips brush its surface, and then, silence. The storm holds its breath. The world goes still. You realize that the rain has not stopped, it has simply stepped aside, leaving a hushed space for you and the door, with a sound like a sigh drawn from the deepest chambers of time. The hinges stir. The weight of the centuries groans as the door begins to shift, slowly, heavily, yet without resistance. The air shivers with the sound, and a cool breath escapes from the darkness beyond, carrying with it the fragrance of wax, of wood, of faint lavender pressed between forgotten books. The gap widens, a golden glow spills forth. Candlelight, warm and flickering, dances across the stone floor, spilling into the archway. It touches your face like a gentle hand, washing you in welcome. You step forward. Inside lies a grand corridor, stretching far, its walls lined with portraits. The faces gaze at you, not stern, not cold, but filled with patience, as though they have waited for centuries for this moment, for your arrival. Their eyes shimmer faintly in the light, reflecting not only the flames but also the falling rain outside, as if they see both the storm and the silence within your heart. Your footsteps fall upon the polished stone, soft yet resonant. The echoes rise and vanish quickly, absorbed into the heartbeat of the castle. You are not walking alone. Each step feels guided, woven into the rhythm of something greater, an old, infinite song of rain, stone, and time. The corridor breathes with you. Shadows bend and sway as though alive, curling across the ceiling, gathering in corners, then retreating again, like silent companions. The candles never falter. They glow steady, their light warm, promising safety, promising rest. And then you hear it, faint, delicate, carried on the hush of air, music. Perhaps the whisper of a harp, perhaps only the rain, transformed by the castle's walls into melody. The sound drifts from somewhere deep within, coaxing you to follow. The door now yawns wide behind you, but you no longer think of the outside. The storm is still there. Yes, but distant, softened, forgotten. What matters now is this: you have crossed the threshold. You have entered a realm where time slows, where dreams awaken, where rest is not an ending but a journey. The golden glow gathers around you. Your breath steadies. The hush of the castle folds over you like a blanket. The door has opened, and with it, the heart of the rainy castle has begun to reveal itself to you. You step through the archway, and the air changes instantly. The corridor behind you fades into memory, swallowed by golden shadows. Before you opens a chamber so vast, so endless, that it feels less like a room and more like a world within a world. The chamber of echoes. Your footsteps pause upon the threshold. The floor beneath you is smooth stone, polished by time, wet with a thin film of mist that glows softly in the candlelight. You lift your gaze, and the ceiling arches high above, curving into a dome lost in shadow. But there, scattered faintly across the blackness, are shimmering lights, small, trembling, delicate, like constellations hidden inside the castle. It is as though the stars themselves have left the night sky to rest here. Above you, the chamber hums. Not loudly, not sharply, but gently, an endless, patient vibration that seeps into your bones. You realize the sound is not coming from any instrument, nor from any voice. It is born from the rain. Every drop falling outside, every rivulet sliding down stone, every ripple across the pools beyond the walls, is caught by the architecture of the chamber, carried inward, and woven together into something new. You take a step. The sound answers you. One echo, soft as silk, rises up and circles the chamber before fading back into silence. Then another. Then another. Each movement you make becomes music. You walk slowly, and the chamber sings slowly. You breathe deeply, and the echoes deepen, blending into your breath. Soon, the room is alive. Layer upon layer of sound folds around you. A low tone like the heartbeat of the earth. A silver chime like bells hidden deep in the rain. A far-off hum, ancient and eternal, like a choir singing across centuries. And through it all, the endless drizzle, pattering, whispering, weaving everything into a lullaby without end. You close your eyes. The darkness is not empty. It vibrates, alive with color and shape that you cannot see but only feel. You sense patterns in the sound, like ripples across a lake. You imagine that if you reached out your hand, you could touch them, shapes of memory, made not of stone, but of resonance. And then you hear it, soft, almost imperceptible, voices. Not human voices, not words, but impressions. The laughter of a child, carried by the rain. The sigh of a traveler who once sought shelter here. The whisper of a lullaby, sung long ago and now returned as an echo. They are not ghosts. They are not illusions. They are the memory of sound itself, preserved forever by the chamber, kept safe in its heart. The longer you stand, the more the echoes cradle you. They rise and fall with your breathing, rocking you like waves. They are not here to overwhelm you. They are here to ease you, to loosen the knots of the waking world, to draw you slowly, steadily, into rest. Time loses its shape. You cannot tell if a moment has passed, or an hour, or a dream. The echoes do not measure time, they dissolve it. There is no need to count. There is no need to hurry. Your eyelids grow heavy. Your shoulders loosen. Your heartbeat slows to match the rhythm of the chamber. You realize that you are no longer listening to the echoes. You are becoming one of them. The chamber of echoes welcomes you. holds you, carries you. Here, there is no fear. Here, there is no burden. Here, only the endless rain sings through stone. And only rest remains. You take one last breath, long and slow, and the chamber exhales with you, as though it has been waiting for this exact moment, and you step deeper still, following the whispers of sound into the dream. You leave the chamber of echoes behind, the last vibrations of sound still humming faintly in your chest. The golden corridor narrows once more, winding like a river of stone, until you come upon a doorway carved from marble. Its arch is etched with flowers, roses, lilies, and wild blooms, each petal glistening with moisture, as though the stone itself has been kissed by rain. You step through, and the world changes. A garden unfolds before you. Not an ordinary garden, but one that seems to exist between dream and waking, between earth and sky. Dew hangs from every leaf, every blade of grass, every flower, shimmering like 1,000 tiny stars caught in the embrace of the rain. The air is cool, filled with the fragrance of wet roses and lavender, of damp earth rich and fertile, of jasmine drifting on the breeze. The rain here is softer, more delicate. It does not fall in heavy sheets, it drifts like silver threads, a mist that caresses rather than soaks. It gathers on petals and leaves until they bend gently under the weight, releasing droplets that fall with a sound like whispered notes of music. You walk slowly along a path of pale stone. On either side, flowers rise in wild profusion. White lilies open wide to the night. Roses blush with colors deeper than wine. Tiny violets peek shyly from the shadows, their fragrance sweet and fleeting. Every step reveals a new fragrance, a new color, a new song of nature transformed by rain. The garden is alive, but not restless. It breathes. Each tree, each flower, each blade of grass seems aware of your presence. The leaves shimmer when you pass, as though nodding gently in greeting. The blossoms tilt toward you, offering their fragrance. Even the pools of water scattered through the garden reflect your figure as if they have been waiting for you to arrive. Far above, the sky is hidden behind drifting mist, yet a pale glow filters down, silver and soft. The garden feels endless. No walls confine it. No roof encloses it, and yet you know you are still within the castle, inside its heart, inside its dream. As you wander deeper, you hear more than the rain. You hear the voices of the garden itself, a faint rustling, like silk brushing against silk, a low hum, like bees humming softly in their sleep, a quiet pulse, as though the very roots beneath your feet are alive, singing with the rain. You pause beside a fountain. Its basin is shallow, filled with water clear as crystal. Raindrops fall upon it, rippling outward in perfect circles. You lean closer and see not only your reflection, but images, memories not your own. A child laughing beneath a summer shower. A woman gathering flowers by lamplight. A traveler resting beneath a tree, eyes closed, listening to the rain. The fountain holds their echoes, gentle and eternal. The longer you remain, the more you feel the garden weaving around you, enfolding you like a dream. Time does not move here. Every petal of every flower seems eternal, suspended in the quiet shimmer of dew. The air is heavy with perfume, yet it is not overwhelming. It is soothing, like a lullaby sung without words. You breathe in, and the fragrance fills you. You breathe out, and your thoughts dissolve into mist. The garden does not ask you to move quickly. It asks you to linger, to sit upon the stone bench beside the lilies, to rest your hand upon the damp ivy, to listen to the endless rain weaving itself into music through every leaf. And so you do. You sit, and the dew gathers around you, clinging to your hair, your skin, your breath. You feel lighter, quieter, as though the garden is slowly lifting the weight of the world from your shoulders. In this garden of dew, nothing is lost. Every raindrop is remembered. Every petal holds a story. Every fragrance is a memory. And all of them are yours now, gifted to you by the rainy castle. You close your eyes, the rain sings, the flowers breathe, the dew whispers. Here, in the garden of dew, you are safe, you are cherished, and slowly, gently, you sink deeper into the dream. From the garden of dew, you follow a winding stone path that curves gently through the mist. The fragrance of wet blossoms lingers upon your skin, and the hush of rain still sings softly in your ears. Soon, the path narrows, leading you to a tall set of double doors carved of dark wood. Unlike the glowing archways you have seen before, these doors are silent, solemn, patient. Upon their surface are etched symbols of books, scrolls, and quills, their outlines glistening faintly with drops of dew. You push gently, and the doors open without sound. A vast chamber greets you, stretching farther than your eyes can see. The library of memories. Inside, countless shelves rise like towering cliffs, disappearing into the shadows above. Each shelf is filled with volumes bound in leather, parchment, and cloth, their spines glowing faintly in the candlelight. The air is thick with the scent of old paper, of ink, of wood polished by time. It is a fragrance both calming and profound, a perfume of memory itself. The library is not quiet. It breathes with whispers. The sound is soft, endless, the murmur of countless voices, telling stories through the rustle of pages. Some whispers are bright, like laughter carried on the wind. Others are low, like lullabies sung long ago. Still others are nothing more than sighs, the sound of moments too fragile to endure. Now preserved within these walls, you step slowly between the aisles. Your hand brushes along the spines of the books, and wherever your fingers pass, the whispers grow louder, clearer, as though the memories themselves are awakening. One book hums with the warmth of a family gathered around a hearth. Another shimmers with the fragrance of a summer field. A third pulses faintly with the echo of falling rain. The same rain that has carried you to this place. The shelves are alive, yet patient. They do not call for you to choose, but to wander, to listen, to rest. The stories will not flee. They have waited centuries, and they will wait centuries more. You pause at a reading table. Upon it rests an open volume, its pages written not in words, but in light. As you lean closer, the light shimmers into images, soft, fragile memories, the smile of a child, the tilt of a candle flame, the gentle sway of trees in a forgotten garden. You realize that the library does not only hold the memories of the castle, it holds the memories of all who have ever dreamed here. Every visitor leaves something behind. A breath, a heartbeat, a moment of stillness. And the library, kind and tireless, gathers them, preserves them, turns them into a song of eternity. The deeper you wander, the slower your thoughts become. The weight of the waking world falls away, page by page, shelf by shelf. You feel as though you are dissolving into the whispers themselves. Your own story being written softly, gently, into the air. Time bends here. You do not know how long you have walked, or if you have walked at all. Perhaps you have only stood still, listening, while the library carried you deeper into its embrace. You find a chair, carved of oak, cushioned with velvet worn soft by centuries of dreamers. You sit, and the whispers surround you, folding over you like blankets. Every breath you take is slower, steadier. Every blink carries you closer to rest. The library of memories does not judge. It does not demand. It only remembers. And in its remembering, it offers you rest. You close your eyes. The shelves rise endless before you. The whispers lull you, cradle you, and soon, you feel yourself slipping, drifting not away from the library, but into it, becoming part of its story, part of its memory, part of its eternal dream. From the library of memories, you wander further into the heart of the castle. The whispers of pages fade behind you, and once more, you are guided by the sound of rain. It is softer here, more melodic, as though the storm outside has transformed into an orchestra waiting just beyond the next door. The path curves and opens into a round chamber. Its walls are of crystal, clear and shimmering, as though carved from rain itself. Drops slide down the walls in endless rivulets, catching the light of candles and scattering it into rainbows. This is the Chamber of Rain's music. You step inside, and the sound surrounds you instantly. Each droplet that strikes stone, glass, or water becomes a note. A soft patter is a flute. A heavier drop is a cello. A delicate stream cascading down the wall becomes a harp. The chamber turns rain into symphony, weaving melody from the simplest of sounds. You walk deeper, and the chamber responds. The rain changes its rhythm to match your steps. Slow, gentle, measured. Each pause becomes silence, and in that silence, the music breathes. The ceiling above is lost in mist, but faint lights drift like lanterns, glowing softly, swaying in the rhythm of the water's song. The floor beneath your feet is smooth, reflecting the chamber as if you are walking upon the surface of a still pond. With each step, ripples of light move outward, like music flowing from your presence. You pause by a pool at the center of the room. Here, the music deepens. Droplets fall into the pool one by one, creating rings that shimmer and overlap, each ring releasing a tone, soft and resonant. Together, they form a melody, simple, endless, hypnotic. You realize the music is not random. It is alive, responsive. It knows you are here. It bends to your breathing. It rises with your heartbeat. It falls with your exhale. You are not simply listening, you are part of the symphony. Closing your eyes, you let the music move through you. Notes of water slip into your thoughts, washing them clean. Chords of rain spread through your body, loosening every tension. The deeper you listen, the lighter you feel, as though you are dissolving into the song. And in the music, you hear fragments of other melodies. A lullaby sung by a mother long ago. A hymn once chanted beneath a storm. A melody played on a flute, echoing from a distant shore. All of them woven together, reborn in raindrops. The chamber is not simply a hall of sound, it is an archive of music, kept alive in the endless voice of rain. You linger there, time slipping away unnoticed. Perhaps minutes, perhaps hours. But what does it matter? The music is timeless. The rain never ends. When at last you open your eyes, the chamber is still singing, gentle, patient, eternal. You take a slow breath, and the music breathes with you. Here, in the chamber of rain's music, you are safe, you are carried, you are cradled in symphony, and as you move onward, the music follows, weaving itself into your steps, ensuring that even as you leave, the song will never leave you. You leave the music of the rain behind, carrying its hush within your chest like a lantern no wind can extinguish. The corridor narrows, then rounds a final bend, and there it is, the staircase. It rises in a gentle spiral, vanishing upward into a dim, silvery mist. Steps of pale stone, soft as moonlight, curve along a central shaft like the rings of a seashell. A rail of dark, polished wood follows the arc, warm to the touch, as though 1,000 resting hands have left it gentler than time. Candles hover in alcoves along the inner wall, their flames bending slightly, not from any draught, but from the slow breath of the castle itself. You place your foot on the first stair. A note sounds, so faint you might have imagined it. Not a bell, not a chime, but something between. The memory of a bell, perhaps, or a chime that has slept for centuries. When you take the second step, the note returns, half a tone lower, and the third, a fraction lower still. A soft descending ladder of sound that matches your ascent, easing you into a rhythm as old as sleep. You ascend without hurry. Every 10 steps, an alcove opens outward to a tiny balcony over the inner void. You pause at the first, peering into the round well at the center. It is filled with darkness that looks like velvet, soft, deep, inviting. The darkness is not empty, it glitters faintly with slow, drifting specks, as though a night sky has been poured into the hollow of the stair. Somewhere far below, a single drop falls and becomes a star. Somewhere far above, another descends like a comet and melts into shadow. The well is a clock that does not count time, only quiet. You climb again, the 4th, 5th, 6th step. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. The castle breathes with you. The rail warms a little more beneath your palm. The stone cools the soles of your feet through your shoes, drawing the heat of worry down, away, and out. On the next landing, you find a niche with a little seat carved into the wall. The seat is velvet smooth though made of stone. When you sit for a moment, you hear the low murmur of turning gears. No, not gears. Turning rain. Somewhere within the body of the stair, threads of water run along crystal conduits. And when your breathing slows, their mingled trickle settles into a lullaby. You rise. Not because you must, but because the stair asks gently, and you answer, upward. The candles grow fewer and farther between. Yet the path does not darken. The stone itself begins to give off a pearl grey glow, as if it remembers sunlight from 1,000 mornings and has chosen to keep a little for you. You pass carvings along the inner wall, tiny constellations pricked into the stone. Not with tools but with raindrops hardened into stars. When your fingers hover over them, you hear the faintest echo of distant names: Haven, Rest, Return. You take the next turn of the spiral and pause. Here, the stair opens to a quiet gallery, 3 arched windows looking into the rain. On the glass, droplets write their delicate alphabets, forming words you do not need to read to understand. The first window shows a garden you have not yet seen, the second, a room where a fire waits to be born, the third, a sky waiting for dawn. The rain writes and rewrites, the letters drifting, dissolving, reappearing, promises made entirely of water. You lean your forehead gently against the cool glass, and for a breath or two, you feel the whole castle lean with you. You climb again, 1 step, then 2. A tiny moth rises from a candle niche and keeps pace. It swings the color of fog. It does not startle. It does not touch you. It simply accompanies you for a dozen steps, then drifts away, leaving behind a fluttering sense that all small things are guardians here: the moths, the drafts, the shadows that move like sleeping cats. You reach a landing where the rail divides into 2, then reunites. There is a plaque set flush with the stone, polished by many fingertips. You cannot read the inscription, the letters are not of any language you know, but your palm understands it. Slow is safe. Slow is sure. Slow is home. And so you go slower. The stair does not end, it opens. Each curl of the spiral is not a repetition but a variation. Some steps are ever so slightly wider, inviting a pause, others are shallower, encouraging the soft rolling of your stride. Sometimes the wall presses near, as if to shelter you, sometimes it leans away, letting the center well show you its gentle stars. You begin to feel it in your bones. You are not ascending to somewhere else. You are ascending into the stair. And the stair is ascending into you. Halfway through another turn, you notice faint threads stretched between the inner and outer rails, strands of spider silk jeweled with dew. They tremble to the rhythm of your breath, adding a high, silver line to the quiet song the steps are playing for you. You pass without breaking them. They do not need to be broken, they only need to be witnessed. You pause at a balcony where a bowl of rain rests upon a pedestal. The surface is perfectly still, though you know the storm continues. When you bend close, the water does not show your face. It shows footprints, yours, fading behind you along the spiral. As you watch, the prints blur, soften, and vanish. The stair keeps no record of the weight you have placed upon it. It keeps only the lightness you carry now. You climb again. 4 steps for the inhale. 2 for the stillness. 6 for the exhale. The numbers dissolve into the act. The act dissolves into the stair. The stair dissolves into you. Somewhere above, a low bell sounds. It does not call you to hurry, it calls you to arrive in the step you are on. Step becomes landing, landing becomes pause, pause becomes rest. A breeze moves through the core of the stair, cool and mineral, smelling faintly of stone after rain. It brushes your face like the hand of someone who loves you and needs nothing in return. Another alcove. Another seat. This time, a small book lies open upon the stone. Its page is blank. When you sit, words appear, not words for reading, but words for sleeping, arcs and loops that ride the curve of the page like swallow flight at dusk. You close the book, and the words go on writing themselves. Behind your eyelids, in the language of slowing, you rise once more. The spiral narrows, then widens into a final sweep that is not final. A quiet certainty opens in you. If you chose to circle here forever, the stair would carry you gently, and no hour would be lost. You understand the secret the plaque could not spell out. Stairs are lullabies for the feet. You place your hand upon the rail, and it gives a little, like a living branch. You place your foot upon the next stone, and it hums, like a low note from a cello. The inner well brightens with a milky light, and for the first time, you glimpse the faint suggestion of an opening at the top. Not an end, but a soft threshold trembling with rain-lit air. You do not rush. One last balcony, a breath taken all the way in, held just long enough for the world to become weightless, and let out so slowly that the candle flames cannot tell the difference between your sigh and the castles. The endless staircase continues above you, and will continue after you, because its purpose is not to finish. Its purpose is to carry you into the quiet you already carry. You turn the curve, step into the near invisible light, and the stair continues under your feet like a promise kept. You are ready for what waits beyond. From the endless staircase, you step into silence. The spiral fades behind you, and in its place stretches a long, low hall, lit not by candles, but by a silver glow seeping from the very air. The floor is carpeted with velvet soft fabric. The walls lined with arches, each opening leading to a chamber filled with stillness. This is the dormitory of 1,000 dreams. You walk slowly, and with each step, you realize how vast it is. Bed after bed stretches in both directions, farther than the eye can see. Some are great four-poster beds, draped with curtains of velvet, their folds heavy with dew. Others are simple cots, tucked neatly into alcoves. Some are canopies of silk, shimmering faintly like cobwebs spun by the moon. Each bed is waiting, empty yet alive, as though holding its breath for the dreamer destined to lie upon it. The air is cool, filled with the fragrance of lavender, rose petals, and clean linen. It is the smell of comfort, of safety, of sleep itself. From somewhere deep within, you hear the softest murmur, the sound of thousands of sleepers long past, still breathing through the fabric of the dormitory. It is not haunting. It is soothing. Every sigh, every dream, every heartbeat ever carried here has settled into the walls like a lullaby without end. You pause at the first bed. Its sheets shimmer faintly with drops of silver dew. You brush a fingertip across the pillow, and the dew turns to light, then fades. For a moment, you hear the whisper of a dream, a child chasing fireflies across a meadow. Laughter echoing, then dissolving into rain. The dream lingers only long enough to make you smile, then drifts away. You walk further. Another bed calls to you. Here, the scent is stronger, jasmine this time. When you lean close, the sheets ripple as though stirred by unseen hands. For a heartbeat, you glimpse the shadow of a figure curled beneath the blankets. Then gone. The bed is empty again. But you know it remembers. The dormitory is not meant for haste. It is meant for wandering, for lingering, for listening. Each bed is a doorway, each pillow a threshold, each blanket a veil between waking and sleep. You feel no need to choose. Yet you know that in time, one will choose you. Far down the hall, you come upon a fountain. Its basin is wide, carved of marble, filled not with water, but with mist. The mist curls upward in delicate spirals, and in its patterns you glimpse fragments of other people's dreams, a bird made of starlight, a ship sailing across a sea of glass, a mother rocking a child to sleep. The images rise, shimmer, fade, and return as new ones. They are endless as dreams themselves. You sit upon a bench nearby, and for a while, you simply watch. The mist thickens and thins, showing you scenes as fragile as breath. You breathe in, and the mist flows into you, cool and soft. You breathe out, and the mist curls outward, carrying your own unspoken dreams into the dormitory. When you rise again, you find your steps slower, your eyelids heavier. The air is thick now with promise. The dormitory hums like a great chorus of sleepers, each one whispering to you, rest, rest, rest. You reach another row of beds. This one feels different. The blankets glow faintly with a golden light, as if touched by the first rays of dawn. The pillow dips gently, inviting you. For a moment, you consider lying down. The thought alone makes your breath deepen. But the castle is not finished with you yet. You pass onward, knowing the time will come. The further you go, the softer the world becomes. The glow dims, the whispering hushes. Your footsteps no longer echo, they dissolve, as though the floor itself has become cloud. You realize then that the dormitory is not merely a place in the castle. It is the castle's heart, its soul, the very reason it exists. For here is where every wanderer finds their rest. You pause one last time, at a bed at the farthest edge. It is simple, small, yet perfect. Its sheets shimmer faintly as though spun of moonlight. You touch the blanket, and warmth floods into your hand. A whisper rises in your ear, not words, but pure comfort, the kind that carries you beyond thought. beyond care, beyond the waking world. The dormitory of 1,000 dreams does not end. It stretches on, infinite, filled with every bed that ever was and ever will be. And somewhere, one of them is yours. You breathe in, you breathe out, and with each breath, you drift deeper into the quiet, until even walking feels like sleeping. Here, in the dormitory of 1,000 dreams, you are not merely resting, you are becoming a dream yourself. From the dormitory of 1,000 dreams, you follow a narrow passage where the air grows cooler, filled with drifting mist. The walls are smooth, veined with silver lines that pulse faintly like veins of moonlight flowing through stone. The further you walk, the stronger the sound becomes, not the muffled hush of rain you heard before, but open rain, free rain, as though the castle itself is leading you to its breath beneath the sky. At last, the corridor ends. Before you stands an archway of pale marble, carved with crescent moons and falling droplets. You step forward, and the castle opens you to the night. The balcony, it stretches wide into the misty air. Stone balustrades curving like the arms of a giant cradle. Beyond them lies the world, not the world of daylight, but the world of midnight rain. The sky above is deep velvet, painted in dark blue and drifting silver clouds. And there, watching over everything, is the rainy moon. The moon is not distant tonight. It feels near, tender, as though it has bent lower to see you. Clouds drift across its face, veiling it for a moment, then letting it shine again in waves of glowing silver. The rain falls steadily through its light, weaving shifting curtains between you and the heavens. The air is alive. It smells of wet stone, of moss after storm, of roses whose petals are heavy with water. Every breath you take fills you with the taste of night itself, cool, fresh, endless. You place your palms on the balustrade. The stone is cold, slick with rain, and yet the cold is steadying, grounding, as though the balcony itself is placing its hands into yours. The rain plays a rhythm across the stone floor. Each drop is a drumbeat, soft, eternal. Sometimes the rhythm quickens, then slows, then pauses, as though the sky is improvising its own music just for this moment. Above, the moon does not sing, but it hums silently. Its silence is not empty, it is a voice too deep to be heard, only felt, like the pulse of the universe itself. Rain and moon together form a hymn, and you are standing in the center of it. You lean forward, resting your weight into the stone rail, and look down. The castle sprawls below, its towers rising like black mountains, its courtyards glimmering with mirrors of water. Pools catch the moon's face and break it into trembling shards. Roofs shine slick with silver. Every corner, every ledge, every hidden stair glows faintly with the sheen of rain. The entire castle is alive, breathing in rhythm with the storm. And yet, high above all that, the moon keeps its gaze, a mother watching, a guardian whispering, a light that promises rest. You close your eyes, and the balcony does not vanish, it grows. You feel the rain falling not on your skin, but through it. You feel the moon not above, but within. The world outside dissolves into sensation, the cool wetness on your face, the silver glow in your chest, the quiet music of countless droplets weaving a lullaby without end. Time slips. One breath stretches into many. The sound of rain is no longer separate from your breathing, it is your breathing. Each inhale draws the coolness of the night into your lungs. Each exhale returns it. Slower, softer, mingling with the mist. And then, a melody emerges, not from any instrument, not from voice, but from the meeting of moonlight and rain. A slow, haunting tune, as though the night itself has remembered a song it sang before the first dream was ever born. The moon hums, the rain answers. The clouds sway in silence. The whole world is singing, and you are the quiet center of its song. You open your eyes again. The rain has thickened. The droplets larger now, shining like beads of glass. They strike the stone, the railing, the pools below, each one adding to the symphony. You watch them fall in endless patience, each drop a story, each drop a dream. For a moment, you wonder, how many travelers have stood here, beneath this same rainy moon? How many have rested their hands where yours now rest, looked up into the same silver glow, and felt the same whisper in their hearts? You realize then, the castle does not belong to you. You belong to it. You are part of a lineage of dreamers, wanderers, sleepers. The balcony remembers them all. And now, it remembers you. The rain slides along your skin, cold, but gentle. The moon gazes without blinking, silent, but kind. And together, they whisper to you, rest, let go, sleep. Your eyelids grow heavier, your breath grows deeper. You lean once more against the stone, and the whole balcony feels like a cradle, rocking you slowly in the arms of storm and starlight. The balcony beneath the rainy moon is not a destination. It is a threshold, a place where the night gathers itself, where the castle holds you in stillness, where the final door waits to be opened. You know dawn is coming. You know the journey nears its end. But here, in this silver hush, you feel no urgency. The moon will wait. The rain will wait. And so you close your eyes, and let them sing you into the final chapter. The rain softens. For a long while, you had been standing upon the balcony, embraced by moonlight, held by the whispers of falling water. But now, something shifts. The rhythm of droplets slows. The silver glow begins to fade, not into darkness, but into something gentler, something warmer. The night has exhaled, and dawn is coming. You follow the balcony's curve until a slender stair leads upward. Narrow but certain. You ascend slowly, the rail damp beneath your palm, each step brighter than the last. At the top, an open terrace spreads wide, its stone wet with rain, glistening like glass. And then, you see it, the sky, no longer velvet black, but a canvas painted with the first hues of morning. The rainy moon lingers, pale and retreating, drifting westward, while to the east the horizon glows with faint blushes of rose and gold. Clouds gather, their edges burning with light. The rain continues to fall, but each droplet now catches the dawn. each one transformed into a tiny spark of fire. The castle, beneath this awakening sky, gleams as though born anew. Towers glisten, roofs shine, courtyards shimmer with pools of molten gold. Every stone, every wall, every window glows, as though the night's endless rain had polished the world in preparation for this one moment. The air tastes different now, softer, lighter. The fragrance of rain still lingers, but beneath it comes the scent of morning, fresh leaves, blooming flowers, wet earth ready to rise into day. You breathe it in, and feel it filling you with a quiet joy. A promise not of endings, but of renewal. Birds stir. At first, only one note. Cautious, shy, like a dream testing its voice. Then another, and another. Soon the dawn chorus awakens, fragile yet radiant, layering itself over the rain until the two blend seamlessly. Rain and song together, water and wing, weaving a symphony that belongs only to morning. You step closer to the terrace's edge and look down upon the castle. What was once dark and hidden now reveals itself, gardens sparkling with dew, bridges gleaming like ribbons, hidden courtyards blooming under light. Even the endless staircase glows, its spiral like a silver thread woven into the fabric of dawn. And beyond the castle, far hills rising, their slopes veiled in mist, a river winding like liquid crystal, villages waking under thatched roofs, chimneys beginning to smoke. The world is alive again, and you are part of its awakening. The rain, too, has changed. No longer heavy, no longer infinite. It has become fine, delicate, almost like mist. Each droplet carries a rainbow's ghost. Each one lands not with weight, but with blessing. Rain and dawn together, two opposites, yet now one. You lift your face to the sky. The warmth of the rising sun meets the cool of the rain. And for the first time you feel both at once. Fire and water, light and shadow, wakefulness and dream. And you understand, this is the gift of the castle. To hold you in night until you are ready for day. To carry you through echoes and whispers, gardens and songs, dreams and staircases, until you arrive here, at the edge of morning, at the threshold of light. The dawn does not rush. It opens slowly, like a flower, petal by petal, shade by shade. Gold deepens into amber, amber into fire, fire into soft white, and still, the rain falls, its threads glowing like strands of silk, weaving sky and earth together in one last lullaby. You stand very still, breathing with the world. The night has not ended, it has transformed. The rain has not ceased, it has become light. And you have not woken, you have become part of the dawn. The rainy castle glows around you. No longer only a sanctuary of night, but a temple of morning. And as the sun climbs, as the rain sparkles, as the music of the world rises, you know the journey is nearly complete. The day begins, and you are ready to rest. The rainy castle is quiet now. The long journey through its halls, gardens, and chambers has led you here, to this final stillness. The rain, once a song, once a symphony, is now only a memory, soft, delicate, lingering in the air like the last note of a lullaby. The stones beneath you are cool, carrying the weight of centuries. Yet they hold you as gently as a cradle. The air is soft, wrapped in mist, scented with roses and dew. Above, the sky has opened, dawn spreading across the horizon. Yet here, time feels slower, hushed, unhurried. You have walked far, you have listened to echoes, followed melodies, climbed staircases, wandered through dreams. Every step has carried you deeper into silence, deeper into rest. And now the castle whispers, softly, patiently, that there is nothing more you need to do. You are here, you are safe, you are home. The last drops of rain fall across the terrace, and you realize they are not rain at all, but blessings, tiny whispers from the sky, each one carrying the word rest. They touch your skin and vanish, leaving only calm behind. The castle itself breathes with you now. Its walls, its windows, its towers all rise and fall in rhythm with your breath. Each inhale is the world filling you with peace. Each exhale is the world taking your burdens away. The gardens you passed are still blooming, carrying your footsteps like gentle memories. The staircases still spiral, carrying your breath upward into the quiet sky. The dormitory still waits, with beds of moonlight ready to cradle you. The balcony still holds the rain and the moon, watching over you. None of it has vanished. It all lingers, eternal. Even as you drift, you close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, the castle does not fade. Instead, it grows brighter, softer, more dreamlike. The corridors stretch endlessly, each one leading into deeper stillness. The echoes soften into music that is no longer heard but felt. The rain becomes light. The light becomes warmth. The warmth becomes sleep. The rainy castle will remain. Long after you sink into dreams, it will stand, waiting with its golden corridors, its silver staircases, its endless chambers of memory and song. It will be here tomorrow. It will be here next night. It will be here whenever you return. For now, it asks nothing more of you. It only whispers, one final time, rest, sleep, dream. And as you let go, you realize that you are not leaving the castle at all. You are becoming part of it, your breath woven into its walls, your heartbeat stored in its stones, your dreams folded into its endless chambers. The rainy castle will remember you, and in its memory, you will always be safe. The last whisper rises, softer than mist, lighter than light. Good night. Sleep now, sleep deeply.